Hello. Hi, everyone. Kristy-Lee here, and coming to you for our live Q&A session in relation to Your People Powered Business, our HR membership program, because the doors for our March intake close at midnight, just a few hours away, really. And I don't want anyone that's interested to miss out. And if you're on the fence, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer any questions you have, to put your minds at ease, and to see if the membership is in fact right for you. So let me know if you do join us live, if you have any questions, or if you're catching the replay for this, pop a comment. Let me know, #replay, and let me know your questions. If it's before midnight Sydney time, you'll be in luck, hopefully, and I'll be able to answer those for you this evening. So I've had a few questions come up already, and I thought I'll take the opportunity to answer those for everyone that does have those questions running around in their mind as to whether the membership's right for them. So firstly, in case you haven't looked at the details yet, let me tell you a little bit more about the membership. So Your People Powered Business is your home for all things HR to do with your business. It's where you'll gain the knowledge, tools, resources, support and advice to handle absolutely anything to do with your team. If you have employees in your business and you don't have a HR expert on staff, so a HR manager or someone with expertise in being a HR practitioner, someone qualified and experienced, then this is absolutely the place for you. Our members range from a couple of staff right through to 50 plus staff. No rules about how many employees you need to have, because the support is there for you when you need it. Real-time advice, real-time support. One of my philosophies inside the membership is that every question will get answered, because I know that you don't necessarily want to know all the things all the time. You want to know what's relevant to you at the right time. So you can ask a question absolutely anytime. If you're stuck or you're not sure where to go for something or what the answer is, you just pop a question in the Facebook group and it will get answered. Real-time support and advice as you need it, either by myself, by one of my team, or sometimes by the other members, because they're so super supportive inside our Facebook community group that everyone's helping each other out. They want to share the knowledge they have from their previous experiences and share what they think about, how things might play out. So there's plenty of support when you need it inside the membership. So it really is a home for everything to do with HR. As I said, if you've got employees and you don't have a HR expert on staff, this is definitely the place for you. As I said, I've got a few questions about the membership. So let me, answer those first, then I can go into a little bit more detail about what's included and answer any questions that anyone has live here as well. So some of the questions that I have are, what sort of information and advice is available? Like, for example, if I need advice on what to pay an employee, is that the kind of thing that I'll get? And the short answer is absolutely. If it's anything to do with your team, and I mean from employing staff through to onboarding them, how to performance manage them, getting the most out of them, motivating them, exiting them, redundancies, performance issues, terminations, anything at all. If it's from a compliance perspective around the Fair Work Act and the modern awards, or from a HR perspective around motivating and keeping people engaged in the workplace and all of the things that go along with that, the soft side of HR, you can get support on any of that inside the membership. So absolutely, if you've got questions about what to pay staff or what award or how to interpret the awards, because if you've read one of those, you'll know they're just a nightmare. They're just so complex, and the wording is often open to interpretation, to be honest. And they're constantly making changes to the Fair Work Act. Just last week we had a change made. So you don't need to keep on top of that. Inside the membership, that's our job. And we'll let you know when the changes happen and what you might need to look out for. So in terms of what information and support you get, it's literally anything to do with that. So it's both technical in terms of compliance with the legislation and the award, because that's obviously really important, but it's also all the soft side of HR as well. So it's both. You're definitely getting both in there. Some of the other questions I have, one of the other questions I've had is around what sort of resources are in the resource portal in the library. Now, there are loads of software companies that have really fancy templated documents that you buy the software and it will all auto-populate. That's not what we have here. What we have is actual relevant resources that are going to be helpful to you for you to take away and adapt to your business. Because a standard template is not going to do all the things that your business needs, because your business is unique. No business is the same. So whilst there are some guiding principles around what we might want to have in an employment contract or what should be in a workplace health and safety policy or all of those things, you're still going to want to personalize it to your business. Otherwise, it's not going to be relevant or effective. So our documents are designed to be much more practical and useful and relevant, not just stock standard templated kind of things that you can't alter or maneuver around to better suit your business. So that's what you'll find in there. So we've got resources like checklists, best practice guides, templates for you to use, policy example documents, and a whole range of things in between. I couldn't tell you how many documents are in there, but it would be probably hundreds at the moment. But the resource portal area, the library, the HR hub, is it's ever evolving. We're constantly putting new things in there. So whatever's in there now is not necessarily, all that's going to be in there. In fact, just this week, we're working on some new content to go in there. So we're constantly evolving it. And as a member, you actually get to tell us if you need something. So if you go looking for something and it's not there and you need it done, you just simply let us know and we get it created for you. Just a couple of weeks ago, in fact, one of our fabulous members, Lauren, was looking for some training on how to conduct performance reviews. So she was doing some performance reviews with her team and she wanted to get it right. She wanted to do a better job of her performance reviews. And she was looking for some guided video training on how to best conduct it. Now, we did have a document resource in the library, like a template, but we didn't have the video training. I said, we don't have the video training right now, but I'll create it for you. And so we created an entire presentation. It might have been, I think, maybe a 45-minute, maybe 50-minute presentation on how to effectively conduct a performance review. It was in the library for her and for all the other members within 48 hours. It might have even been closer to 24 hours. And that's exactly what we would do for any member that needed something that wasn't already there. So all you do is let us know. In Lauren's case, she jumped into the Facebook group and asked the question, which that's definitely the way to do it. Or there'll also be very soon a button within the portal where you can request a document right there and then. So super easy. If it's something that's really simple and it's a template kind of thing, we might have it done the same day. Our aim would always be to get it done within a day or two for you, so it wouldn't be a long process at all. So it is a constantly evolving resource library. If there's something that you need that's not there, you let us know. But it's definitely designed not as a fancy piece of software where you can create all of your templates and so forth, that it's all very structured. It's more practical, it's more user-friendly, and it's more for you to take and make your own for your business. So it's right for you and your business. So that's what's inside the resource portal. There's also all of our video trainings also stored in there. So every month we have a members-only training or coaching call where basically I do a presentation on something to do with your employment. So walking you through the complexities basically of having a team, and we do a full presentation on a particular topic. All of those are recorded. So we'd love for you to join us live, but if you can't make it live, they're all recorded and stored in the portal for you to watch at any time. You might want to catch up that week, or you might want to wait till it's relevant. If you're not doing performance reviews right now, you might want to wait till you're doing them to watch that training. So that's all stored there for you, as well as replays of our Q&A sessions, our quarterly masterclasses, and bonus video training is there as well. So all of those things are stored in that resource library for you. And that's your hub. That's your go-to place for anything that you need there. So that was one of the other questions I'd ask. Now, this is a great question, because this is a question I'd probably ask. I don't have time to do another course, and I literally do not have time to do any more courses in my life. That's not a lie. This is not a course. This is a membership. There's no time commitment that you have to make in order to get the most out of this membership. Everything is there for you when you need it. There's no, you have to do 2 hours a week to get anything out of it. That's not the approach we take here. This is for you to tap into when you need it. You might be really, active in the membership for a couple of months because you've got lots going on with your team, and then you might be less active for a couple of months, and that's totally fine. You're going to get the value out of the membership because you're going to be able to get it when you need it. It's less than $5 a day. So it's not, we're not talking, a huge cost, investment for you. So it's not a course. There's no hours requirement. Everything is there for you when you need it. So I want you to tap into it when it's relevant for you. And I loved that question. Thank you for asking that, because that's me. I keep saying, yes, I want to do that, but I don't have time to do any more courses. Who does? So this is not a course. This is a membership. Everything is there for you when you need it. Of course, the big question is, how do I know if the membership is for me? The simplest way I can put this is if you employ staff in your business, whether it's 2 or 200, and you don't have an internal HR expert, and I'm not talking your office manager, as much as you might want them to be, they're not a HR expert, unfortunately. I'm talking at either a HR manager or someone with solid, qualified HR experience, then this membership is for you. It's as simple as that. It is your home for all things to do with HR. You get an accountant to do your tax, don't you? Because they're an expert in tax law. They know the ins and outs of how to do all that stuff. That's not your favorite thing. That's not your expertise, because you are whatever your business is. So in exactly the same way, you'd want to get support with your HR. So if you employ staff and you don't have an internal HR expert on staff, your people powered business is for you. Pretty simple. That's definitely what I would say to that question. This is also a really good question, and this applies actually to some of our existing members as well. What happens if there's a couple of people in your business that you want to have access to the membership? Because you've got one login when you join the membership. What happens if you want your office manager to attend some of the training, or some of your team leaders possibly? That is totally fine. In fact, I love it when we get a few of the different team members in. So you and some of your team can join together on the training. You can all access the resource portal. There's just one login, but as long as you're happy to share that around, you all get the Zoom link, so you can all jump on the Zoom calls for the training sessions or the Q&A sessions. And I really love it when I get to meet some of your team as well. So, you might own your business, but you might have 2 or 3 key managers in your business, and you're going to want them to have access to the membership, because they're going to be the ones potentially leading your people. And so they're going to be the ones that really need to tap into this resource. So I love it when they join, and it's totally fine. So they're very much welcome with open arms to any of the sessions, or to tap into the portal or join the Facebook group. They're definitely welcome to join the Facebook group too. There's a couple of our existing members where we've got a few of their team in the Facebook group, and they all ask different questions at different times, and we truly welcome that. So that is never a problem at all. Next question. What on earth is an SOS call? This is funny. So if you've looked at the information, you'll know that one of the bonuses we're offering for our March intake, which closes at midnight, not long left, is we're offering 3 HR SOS calls. And it's a fair question to say, what the hell is that? A HR SOS call is a 30-minute one-on-one call with me, phone or Zoom, I don't mind, where I get you unstuck. So if you've got a problem, if shit's hit the fan, if there's a drama, if there's just something you're not sure of and you just can't move forward and you need to workshop it and work it through, you book one of those calls. And booking those calls is super easy. Inside your membership portal, there's a button on the front page that says book an SOS call. Click there, book a time that suits you, and we spend a half an hour together figuring it out. Whatever it is, there's no problem that's too simple or no problem too complex. If it's keeping you stuck and stopping you from moving forward, I'd want you to book one of those calls. Members have booked those calls for all sorts of things. They've booked those calls for needing to terminate an employee within probation and just wanting to make sure they're following the right process. They've booked those calls for managing a tricky long-term leave situation and just wanting to workshop how they're going to cover that and do all that kind of thing. They've booked those calls for strategy sessions in terms of they just want to plan out some things, problems with a staff member and having to have tricky conversations and wanting to get some guidance on that, because we've all had to have tricky conversations with our team. Well, I have. If you have, you let me know as well. So they're there for whatever you need them for. They are a get you out of trouble call, and you get 3 of them each year with your membership, and you can use them anytime. So if you use 2 SOS calls in the first month, that's totally cool. It's basically you get 3 every year you're inside the membership. Really valuable. Sometimes it can just help pull you out of a drama. And sometimes when things go wrong with our team, something out of the ordinary, out of the expected happens, things go off the rails, we just want someone to talk through what the options are, what can we do next, and I'll give you the step-by-step or get you on your way to what we need to do next. So that is what a HR SOS call is, and I hope that helps clarify that. Of course, the questions around, I'm too busy, I can't get to live training. I think I've already answered some of that. Everything that we do on a live session, and that's both our monthly training sessions or coaching calls, as well as our monthly Q&A sessions. Now, they are more in depth. So at any time, you can ask questions in the Facebook group and we will all jump in and answer. But sometimes a question needs a bit more explanation than you can kind of get into a Facebook post, particularly when we're talking about something quite technical or complex. we'll cover that off in a Q&A call. And the good thing with the Q&A calls is they're on Zoom. If you join live, we can do some follow-up. So often when you'll ask a question, you want to then have a follow-up question. Oh, okay, yeah, but then what? Or, oh, I can understand that, but what do I do if the person says this, for example? If you join the Q&A session live, we can just take you off mute and you and I can workshop it. So it means that you don't have to just have the written answer, because you know what it's like going to and from with some of that. So with the Q&A calls, they are all also recorded on Zoom and put into your portal. But if you join us live, you get a much better opportunity to interact and get the real answers that you need. So just the other week, actually, one of our members, Janice, she was live on the Q&A call and she submitted a question ahead of time. We were able to talk through it because it was a bit of a complex one. So I was able to give her an answer, but she was then able to come off mute and we kind of chatted to and fro. So that's a really great option. But all of that stuff is recorded and stored in the portal. So if you ever can't make it, it's no problems at all. If you've pre-submitted a question, I'll let you know that I've answered it too in the Q&A session. So that happened just the other month. I think both Michael and Tracy pre-submitted questions but weren't going to be able to make it live, but wanted me to cover it on the Q&A call. As soon as the Q&A call's done, within a couple of hours, it's loaded into the portal and I'll jump in the Facebook group straight away and let you know when it's there and say, I've answered your question. And I'll tag you in so you can go ahead and watch that when you've got a chance to catch up. So yeah, you get a bit more explanation in the Q&A sessions, but of course, anytime you can definitely ask the questions in the Facebook group, the members only Facebook group as well. Another question, and this is really common for some of our members, what if I need extra support? So I think a lot of people are considering membership, but also considering HR consultation in terms of being able to get one-on-one consulting time. And my answer to that is often a hybrid model, a mix of both, works brilliantly. There's a few reasons for that. One is the support you get in the membership is often enough for some of those quick questions that you would otherwise call for a HR consult for. And then you can top that up with the more complex stuff or the things you want to work with one-on-one where you're wanting my more in-depth support and perhaps assistance with preparing documentation or that kind of thing. So it's definitely possible to create a hybrid model. And in fact, many of our members do that. And it works really effectively because it means they're not getting charged by the hour as a consultancy fee for asking some, general questions that they're more than happy to ask inside the membership. But it means when there's something more, perhaps more serious, perhaps they want to deal with confidentially, or perhaps they just want that more intense support, that they can tap into that as well. Now, the benefit of that model is that, and I shared this with everyone in an email in the last week or so, but if you missed that, our members get a discount on our consultancy rates, a really hefty discount. So most HR consultants, and we're in this bracket as well, charge about $300 an hour for their one-on-one consulting, particularly if you're a casual kind of ad hoc consulting client. Our members get a 33% discount. So as a member, your consulting fee comes down to $200 per hour. Now, if you think about that in terms of how often you're going to need to tap into that, it's most likely way cheaper for you to join the membership, get most of the support you need there, and tap into consulting when you need to top up than it is to call for a casual consultancy call or session anytime you need help. It's probably more cost effective for you. And I know that other members have found that it is more cost effective for them. The other benefit with that is because I'm working with you inside the membership, I know a whole lot more about your business and where you're at and what challenges or struggles you're having. So when you do need to call for some extra HR consultation help, I'm already ahead of the game. So it actually saves us time at that point as well, because I know a lot about what's going on. I know more about you and I know more about your business. So a hybrid model works brilliantly and is definitely available to all members at a heavily discounted rate as well. So that's definitely something that is always available to our members. They are some of the questions that I had, and I'm hoping that that's answered most of them. Of course, one of the common questions that we're getting this week is what's included, what's inside, what can I expect? And very happy to answer all of that for you. So your People Powered Business, as I said before, is your HR home. It's your place to come for anything to do with human resources, your team, your people within your business. And our goal really is for you to gain the knowledge, the tools, the resources, and the support so that you can handle absolutely anything to do with your team with total confidence. I know having a team of people can be overwhelming, sometimes stressful, sometimes frustrating. And it's a journey I've been on myself. I've built a large consultancy business, and I've had the challenges that you face in terms of building a team. I've had the team. I've had a team of greats, a team of really exceptional people. But building that winning team, the team that actually delivers on, that business performance level, that drives the productivity and drives the profitability, a highly engaged team, that's a bit of an art. And it's an art that I have spent the last 10 years studying closely when it comes specifically to small to medium-sized businesses, those of you without an internal HR manager. And what I've found is that effectively there's a series of about 6 processes that every successful employee journey takes. And the businesses that get these processes right, they have the best teams. They have the teams that deliver the success the business owner wants and the freedom. My personal philosophy is that a successful and sustainable business and financial and lifestyle freedom should not be mutually exclusive. I don't think that to be successful in business, you should be working 80 hours a week because you have zero lifestyle freedom if that's the case. And I know because I've been there. There was an instance some years ago, it was probably about 10 years ago, and I was taking a break away from my business for probably the first time ever. And I've had my business for 15 years. Just 2 weeks ago, we celebrated our 15th anniversary. And I was trying to take a break, and I had a really good team. So I thought this was totally possible. I'd set everything up that needed to be done. It was so organized. It was fabulous. Anyway, I was in North Queensland. I'd wanted to go to Port Douglas forever, and that's where I was. And I was running along 4 Mile Beach early in the morning before it got too hot. It was beautiful. I was thinking, how fabulous is this? Anyway, my phone rings, and I thought, it's my husband just wanting to check where I am. He's probably woken up. And I see that it's a client. And I see that it's a client that knows I'm away for a break that I barely ever get to take, and who was super excited for me taking this break. So I knew she wasn't calling for no reason, because she wouldn't have called me if it wasn't something pretty catastrophic. So I picked up the phone, and she let me know that a big project we've been working on that I'd set up before I left had gone very pear-shaped. And after throwing my phone towards the ocean and thankfully not getting it there, I realized that that wasn't going to work for me. That having this total reliance on me being there for things not to fall down gave me no time freedom whatsoever. And so I reverted to a model of basically doing all the hours in my business, because, that seemed like a better call, which was lots of fun. I got to work some great businesses, but again, doing all the hours was not sustainable. And that's why I've been on this journey to figure out this pathway. And inside Your People Powered Business, we call it the People Pathway. Now, PEOPLE is an acronym. It stands for Plan, Employ, Onboard, Protect, Leverage, and Exit. If you get all of those 6 phases right, and of course there's detail under each of them, it's not that simple. If you get every step right and all the nuances of every step right, you build the right team. You build a team that's going to drive your business performance and give you the freedom that you seek from the business as well. I don't think your business should control you, and I don't think you should be controlled by your team. And that's exactly the framework we teach within Your People Powered Business. And it's definitely something that you, as a savvy and successful business owner, a leader and a manager, can do. What we offer inside the membership is an opportunity to get some help with it, to not go it alone, and to have the support and advice when you need it. So inside, I've really covered off a lot of what we do, include the monthly coaching calls, the Q&A sessions, the resource portal. The Facebook group is probably everyone's favorite part of the membership. In fact, the members recently told me it was their favorite part of the membership. They love having, firstly, direct access to just being able to ask questions in real time, because who wants to wait for an answer? But also to have the support and the connection with each other, because sometimes being in business can be stressful and lonely when we don't have someone we can kind of confide in when it comes to staffing dramas. If you don't have friends in business, they don't get it. So this is a go-to place, and everyone has either experienced what you're experiencing or may experience it in the future, so everyone can absolutely learn from each other. It is probably everyone's favorite part of the membership, so really, really fabulous community that we have there. As I said earlier, the SOS calls, I've gone through those. Some of the bonuses we're offering in this March intake are the quarterly masterclasses. Now, these are not with me. These are with special guest experts on topics around HR, but not directly HR. So last quarter, we had Juliet Robinson, who's a leadership expert, come and speak with us on understanding our personalities and our team's personalities in order to be able to better lead them. She is amazing, and that was such an insightful masterclass, and you'll get access to that when you join the membership because it's all in the portal. And our next masterclass is with workplace health and safety consultant Kelly. She's excellent. She's so knowledgeable on workplace health and safety, and often people think HR and workplace health and safety are the same. They're not. They're two completely different pieces of law, and she's a real guru in that space. So she's going to be joining us for our next masterclass, which I can't wait for, because she's going to share her knowledge on all of that. So it's topics like that around the area of people in your business, but not directly HR. So it's really there to support all of your HR work. This particular March intake, you also get the Hire Right course. It's a 3-part course that takes you through the exact process of hiring the right person the first time for your business. Getting hiring decisions right is crucial. Every time we need to refill a position in our business, it costs us tens of thousands of dollars. That's not an exaggeration. The research shows us that every time we need to rehire an employee into a position, the minimum cost estimate is 1/3 of the salary. So for a $60,000 per annum role, 20 grand is your cost of hire. That's the cost of the recruitment campaign, your time, lost productivity, and all the other stuff that goes with it, lost motivation in the team. It's not an inexpensive exercise. Even if you don't see it directly on your balance sheet, the cost is real. So Hire Right talks you through getting it right. It's 3 modules, but every module is broken down into some lovely bite-sized lessons, 10 to 15 minutes each. For the most part, there's a few that are even less than that. So you can just get through it at your own pace. So that's included. Everyone gets access to that. And of course, we let everyone know yesterday or the day before that we're also going to be running an extra special bonus, which is a position description workshop in the next few weeks. That's for all members. This is going to be week-long face-to-face video training. I'm going to workshop with you creating amazing position descriptions. Now, if you've heard me talk about this before, you might get sick of hearing it. I call position descriptions the boss of all HR documents. If you have no other documentation, I don't advise that, but if you have nothing else, position descriptions and employment contracts are it. Our employees fundamentally want to know 3 key things from us. What do we expect from them? How are they doing against those expectations? And what does the future hold? The position description is your guiding light. It gives you all the clarity you need to make sure you hire the right person the first time. It gives you all the clarity you need to make sure someone understands what they need to do in their job. And it gives you everything you need when it comes to performance management. They are gold. So our bonus workshop is creating fabulous position descriptions. And of course, one of the days inside of that, we will also work on crafting key performance indicators. These are the measurable objectives you're setting every employee, and they are crucial to getting performance right. So that's a bonus workshop that's just been added. That'll be happening in the next few weeks inside the membership, which is very exciting. And as I've already said, discounted consultancy rates are included for all members as well. So there's loads and loads in there, but as I said, no time commitment that you need to, invest. It's there when you need it, as you need it. Having a team of staff that are highly engaged. And what do I mean by engagement? This is the people that are going to go that extra mile for you, do that bit extra. The people that you think, oh my God, they really care about my business. Imagine if you had a whole team of them. Imagine if every employee on your team was that engaged. Firstly, you'd love going to work. That's pretty important. But better than that, it actually directly drives results. The studies and the surveys continue to show us the impact of high engagement in our teams. A recent Gallup survey showed us that highly engaged teams are 17% more productive. 17%, I'll be happy with that, to be fair. But even better, that productivity results in profitability increase. Profitability, we're talking real figures here, of 20%. Now, if I had anyone tell me that I can wave a magic wand, do 1 or 2 things in your business and you're going to improve profitability by 20%, do you think I'd be listening? Hell yes. What we teach inside your people-powered business, the information you get, the resources and the tools are all about helping you create that engaged team, to motivating your people, to bringing on the right people into your business and knowing what to do with them to get the most out of them once they're there. We walk through the entire people pathway. Every month we have a different theme and we really focus on it. We're focusing on exit during April, which is all about, the tricky stuff, the performance warnings, the terminations, but every month is a different focus. So we'll always circle back around and focusing really strongly in on one of these elements of the people pathway to help you get it right. Whether your business is currently powered by a new idea and you're starting out and just building your team, it's currently powered by you as the one doing all the things. And whilst you've got people in your business, you've got some team, you're still very much the one keeping things going. Whether your business is powered by a few key people, you're able to take a little step back. You've got some really great key people, but if any of one of them was to leave, you might be in some trouble. Or whether your business is working towards being really, truly powered by your people. And a people-powered business is a business that gives you success by all the traditional measures, I should say, profitability, productivity, all of those things. But the people-powered business also gives you freedom. Freedom to never miss the kids' sporting events again, freedom not to have to work every night of the week to try and catch up, freedom to not have to spend all of your day managing your people and not getting anything else done, freedom to take a day off and everything will be fine. The place won't fall apart. Freedom to maybe even take a holiday. Wouldn't that be nice when we can travel again? Freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do. It might be freedom to learn new skills, to invest back into your business, to do more things within your business. But having a people-powered business is what's going to deliver that for you. And that is what our goal is within the membership, to help you create that people-powered business. Some of our members are already achieving huge success with that, working 4-day work weeks, working remotely from their holiday houses, and everything is fine. Nothing's falling apart. Their team have it covered. They're doing exceptional performance reviews. They're understanding how to hire the right people. They're having those tricky conversations with staff with more confidence. It's never fun having those conversations with staff. I get it. I've been there. It's yuck. But it's something you're always going to have to do. And these people are having those conversations with more confidence. Now, I would absolutely love it if you want to join us inside your people-powered business. As I said, our March intake closes in just a few short hours at midnight Sydney time tonight. We do only do a couple of intakes each and every year because I want to work closely with the members to get to know their business better and to make sure I'm supporting them with where they're at and helping them on their journey of creating this people-powered business that they desire. So don't miss out. Don't wait till you've got a staffing drama and think, oh, I wish I joined then, or now I have to pay expensive fees. Don't wait till you've got a claim with the Fair Work Commission or an unfair dismissal claim or a fine from Fair Work for a breach of some sort. They're not cheap, $6,600 per breach. The average unfair dismissal claim settles for tens of thousands of dollars. And not only the costs, like the financial cost, but think about your time. Think about where your time is best spent. The time is the resource we can never get back, guys. Where do you want to spend your time? Is it putting out fires or is it working proactively to build the right team? I know what my answer would be. Think about the energy that gets drained when you've got to deal with toxic employees in your business. It's awful. It's awful for you. It's awful for your team. But your people-powered business will give you the confidence to be able to get it sorted and manage it. I'm not saying that you're never going to have challenges with your team. Of course, it happens. They're people. People change. Even the best hiring decisions can sometimes end badly because people change their mind and decide they're going to move interstate or something random happens. I'm not saying it's never going to be a challenge, but you're going to have all the support you need to handle it. So your choice is really, when you're building your people-powered business, do you want to go it alone? Which you absolutely can do. You're a savvy business owner. You've got this. You can make that happen. Or you can get some support, the resources, the advice, and be able to get further faster. Let's face it, anytime you tap in and get help with something, you can do more quickly, have better success and better results. And that's exactly what we want to offer you inside your people-powered business. So if you're here live or if you're catching the replay, if you have questions, I want you to pop them in comments. If you're sitting on the fence thinking, I don't know whether this is for me or for my business, or I don't understand something about the membership, please let me know. That's exactly what I'm here for this evening, to get you unstuck and to let you know whether it's right for you or whether you answer any questions that you've got. So if that's you, please let me know. If you're catching the replay, definitely put in the comments underneath. So there's only a few hours to go, guys. I'm going to put the link under the video. You can take a look at all of the information that's there. I would absolutely love to be welcoming you into the membership tonight or tomorrow, depending on what time you join. We're really excited to be welcoming in new members, and I know our existing members are excited to be welcoming in new members as well. So I really hope you choose to join us. Please let me know if you have any questions at all, and hopefully I'm welcoming you into the membership. Have a fabulous evening. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.